Hello and welcome to another live AM language video here on the AM language YouTube channel. You might see me in with a slightly darker background, but what I do hope is that the lighting will be better. That's what I'm going for today. I'm trying to make sure that the lighting is going to be better. So what to expect on the AM Language YouTube channel this week? Well, today is a Monday, so we're going to look at buying and selling goods. This actually ties in quite nicely with what people will be doing this week in intermediate. So make sure you join us. By the way, and as always, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and like and share the video. We are pushing on. We are over 730. Let's see if we can get to 750 before the end of April. That's the target. That's the goal. So make sure you share. So like I was saying, guys, today is buying and selling goods. This is inspired by what people are doing at intermediate level, along with tomorrow, where we're going to take it up and upper level in terms of making it very much business English related, with where we're going to talk about market trends. Leondino, good afternoon, buon pomeriggio, and welcome to today's lesson. Thank you for joining. On Wednesday, we're going to look at relax and switch off, a comparison between childhood and now. This is a nice one. I'm looking forward to this one. Now, the actual subject is something that people will be looking at this week in pre-intermediate, but there's a lot of language to be looked at here. So language doesn't have to always remain at a pre-intermediate level. There's lots of levels we can go with that topic. Irina F., good afternoon. Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Privyet. Thank you for joining. Thursday, we've got introduce negative comments. This is when you're talking about experiences. You could be talking about likes, digs, whatever it could be, but how you introduce a negative comment. Most of the time, we could spend a lot of time looking at how to be positive, how to speak positively, but sometimes we do need to introduce negative comments. So on that front, we will look at how to introduce negative comments on Thursday. And then finally, Friday, we've got a TV show English. TV show English is really developing our range of English around TV shows that we might watch. So that's what you guys can look forward to this week on the AM Language YouTube channel. I hope everyone is doing well. And during this difficult time, buying and selling goods can be quite difficult. But one platform that probably is very popular with just about everybody is Amazon. Now, Amazon, if you do like to buy online, Amazon is a great place. You can sell on Amazon technically if you've got the right license, and you can buy as well. Now, I have never sold anything on Amazon. I have bought a lot. I think the most common things I buy probably either something sport related or books. So that's one of the most popular platforms. Let me know in the live chat section if you guys know of any other very successful online buying and selling platforms. You've got, for books, you've also got something called Book Depository. They've been very successful. I don't know about clothes. I don't like to buy clothes online very often. Sometimes, but I have to really know the brand. And finally, I would say one thing I never buy online are shoes. I don't trust the idea of buying shoes online. I think it's a bad idea. You can't try them. So, I mean, if you get them and they fit, great. But I've always thought it's a bad idea. So, let me know in the live chat what websites do you like to go to buy things, and or for that matter, sell. Um, Obviously, you can do these things through social media like Facebook, but I'm looking at something other than Facebook. Obviously, I remember when I was, we could say back in the day is a certain period of time. So I remember back in the day, for example, this is a good expression. I remember back in the day when, um, you're talking about an earlier time in your life. It doesn't have to be specific in terms of it has to be childhood or has to be 20s. No, it just means a long time ago. But I remember back in the day when eBay became a thing. I was still at school at the time, and I remember eBay being very popular, where people could buy and sell things. Um, but I don't know. I think during these times, I do miss going. I know I've never liked shopping personally, going around shops, but I do miss the atmosphere now of being able to go out, discover some new places, and maybe see if you can find something. Um, there's some things that it's just nicer to be around if you're going to buy, or what I would say, browse. It's nice to browse. Now, in case you guys are unaware of what browse is a very important term, because when you go around and you browse, if what you're saying is you're not necessarily buying anything yet, but you are looking. So it's like it's nice to look, but that's what we're really saying. So that's an important term when we're looking at buying and selling. But let's look at some more specific language when it comes to buying and selling. So the first thing that we're going to look at is, okay, what about the customer? Let's look at language in relation to the customer versus the seller. So I'm going to come out with some language, and you guys need to tell me if it's the customer or the seller. Okay, we've got browse. In some cases, there might be both. Oh, I've come out with sorry, I've come out with two C's there. Let's go for. Okay, so you've got A to I. You've got customer versus seller. Which words go with the customer and which words go with the seller? And in some cases, both. So let me know. What we can do is to help answer in terms of if it's customer, answer, you can just go with C. Seller answer. You can go for S. And if it's both, just write both. I think that's what we can go with. So let's see. So you've got browse to make an offer, to make a counter offer, to negotiate, to haggle over the price, reach an agreement, make a deal, try something on, provide customer service. What do you guys think? In case you're not too sure, we'll have a little look at what some of these words might mean. I don't expect everybody to know what haggle is, but if you're haggling over the price, that probably tells you what the word might mean. So when you let me know the answer for E, feel free to let me know what you think that might mean. You might even think that the actual meaning of the word is also in one of the other options as well. So let me know what you think about that. You've got reach an agreement, make a deal. Yeah, make sure, guys, you always make a deal. You don't do a deal, you make a deal. And now a deal is an agreement. It's a contract. It's a business. It's a business agreement. That's what a deal is, in case you're wondering. Try something on. That's very much to do with clothes. And I provide customer service. Leondina says A, C, D, E, F, G, H. So the customer language goes with A, C, D, E, F, G, and H. The seller goes with B, D, E, F, I. Okay, so we've got 1, 2 crossovers where there's the similar answer. One answer can go with both, but we've got a pretty clear-cut difference over there. What did you put for E? Okay, reach an agreement. Okay, so yeah, you've put D twice. And you've put E twice, and you put F twice. And you put... Yeah, it's just those. Okay, so let's have a little look at the answers. If you want to come in with your answers, feel free to do so as well. So if you're the customer, browse, absolutely. Make an offer, of course. Make a counter offer. Typically speaking, hi, Sandra, and good afternoon. And Yuli Ramirez says ACEH are all customers. And Sandra says G is definitely both. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see if you are correct. Yeah, I was on C, make a counter offer. I'm going to put this in brackets because once you start negotiating, you're going to go back and forth. So you are going to make a counter offer. So you can include E. Sorry, C, not E. D, negotiate. Yes, of course. Yuli says D and G are both. Okay, we'll see if you guys are correct. E, haggle over price. Yes. F, reach an agreement. Yes. Make a deal. G, yeah. Try something on. Yeah, H. And finally, I. No, not I. Okay. If we're going for the seller answers, okay, we've got not A, not B, definitely C, D, E, F, G, not H, but I. So there are some crossovers. There are some that definitely are going to be both. Just in case you're not too sure, the both categories over here are as follows. You've got C, you've got D, you've got E, you've got F, and G. Those are the both categories. Good. So off to a good start here. We've got a baseline. Okay. And it's very important. You make an offer, you make a counter offer. Remember, the counter is always okay, right? You started the negotiation the negotiation process. Okay, so let's move on now to the next thing. Okay, and this is Haggle, okay, or negotiating language, okay. What language can we use to haggle, to negotiate, to try and bring the price down? Okay, so here, really and truly, we're looking at something called persuasive. This is really a type of persuasive language. Okay, so which sentences uses persuasive language? Okay, 1. 2. 3. Number 4. Let's go for one more. Okay, let's see. Let's see. So I'm interested, but I'm not sure about the price. 2, this is excellent. How much? 3, I question whether the price is a fair reflection of the product. That should actually be a question mark at the end. I'm just going to post that again. Okay. Number 3 should have a question mark at the end there. You meet me halfway, and that's a terrible price. Not interested. Okay, Yuli says 1, 3, and 4. So 1, I'm interested, but I'm not sure about the price. Okay. Number 3, I question whether the price is a fair reflection of the product. Good. 4, can you meet me halfway? Yeah, Yuli, and those are the correct answers at this point. Okay, 1, 3, and 4. Halfway, okay, to meet someone halfway, really important. Effectively, the price is 100. You have offered 80, so halfway would be 90. That's what we mean by halfway, really. Okay. Now, what about if there we've looked at the customer. What about the seller? Okay, so same thing as before, persuasive language, how to haggle, but from the seller's point of view. Okay, so number 1. 2, number 3, number 4, five. And finally 6. Okay, so we've got persuasive language, the seller's point of view. You've got 1. For this price, it's an absolute bargain in the current market, which is why it's a limited offer. Number 2, the price might be a bit steep, but that extra price gets you a lot more. It's worth the extra investment. 3, the price is right. You should buy. 4, this is the top of the range, and I can assure you that this is great value for money. 5, this is an excellent opportunity, and I promise you that if you want this, now is the best time to buy today. And finally, 6, this is the worst product ever. You can buy it, but you can probably do better elsewhere. So we've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5, and we've got 2, 4, 5. Let's see. And then we'll break down the language. So answers, definitely 1, definitely 2, not 3, 4, absolutely, and 5. So those are the correct answers. So let's have a little look at some of the language that we've looked at. So we can start off with, thank you very much, Arena F. Yes, those are indeed the correct answers. So language challenge. Okay, we're going to try and link the language to their correct meanings. Okay. So the language that we're looking at is fair price. We're going to have bargain, show you, worth it. Let's see if you can link them to their correct the correct meanings. Ah. E. E. And F. Okay, let's see what you guys come out with. You got fair price, bargain, assure you it's worth it. So A, the price is so good, it's cheaper than it should be. B, I can promise you. E, the value of your purchase won't be a mistake. And F, excellent value for money. That should be excellent value for money. I'll just correct that. Let's see what you guys say. Some important language over here when it comes to buying and selling. Is there a bit of negotiation language still left? Of course, there's plenty of negotiation language that we can look at. But it's important to try and always, obviously, you want to try and reach an agreement. Now, you can't haggle in every place. You can't negotiate in every place. If it's a high street shop, what the price is what is the price you have to pay. So Leondina says a fair price. A is a fair price. The price is so good, it's cheaper than it should be. Okay. B, assure you, I can promise you. E, the value of your purchase won't be a mistake. It's worth it. And F, bargain. Excellent value for money. Okay. Right, we'll have a little think about that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with Leondina? That is the question. I mean, there's one or two answers here that you could say, okay, they could be the same answer for both. But really and truly, we'll see. But I think Leondina's made some very good suggestions. And then afterwards, we'll move on to the final and next activity as well. So I'll give you guys 20 more seconds, and then I'll let you know what the correct answer is. It's important to use this. Like, yes, it's a fair price, or it's a bargain. I assure you, it's worth it. I mean, look, worth it is such a common thing to use in English. It's worth it. So let me give you the answers. He says that she agrees with Leondina. Okay, so A. This is going to be bargain. It's so good that it's cheaper than it should be. Actively speaking is what we're going to say a bargain. But if you put a fair price, then I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay. ABC. Leondina said maybe we can switch A with F. Yeah. I mean, look, that's what I've done anyway. B, you've got I can promise you. Yes, assure you. C, we've got. Oh, I put E instead of C. Well, that's silly of me. Yeah, I went E. Well, I accidentally pressed E instead of C, so we'll have to stick with E, a bit of a strange one. E, the value of your purchase won't be a mistake. Worth it. Yes, it's worth it. Finally, F, excellent value for money. This is going to be a fair price. Okay, so thank you very much there, guys. So let's move on to the final thing. Well, the final activity of today's lesson. And that is the actual stage of reaching agreement. Okay, so Okay, which language? I'm going to say this, guys. Which language can we use when reaching agreement? Okay. Okay, what do you guys think? Language that we can use to reach an agreement. 50 euros and it's yours. If we agree today, I can give you an extra 10% off. Let's shake on 8 euros per item and we have a deal. D, I'm happy to walk away. So what do you guys think when reaching an agreement? Okay. This is towards the end of the negotiation. So Leondina says B and C. If we agree today, I can give you an extra 10% off. And C, let's shake on 8 euros per item and we have a deal. So Leondina's gone with B and C. You'll notice there's a pattern to reaching an agreement, which I'll talk about afterwards. Let me know if you guys agree with Leondina or if you have any slightly different ideas. So we've got A, 50 euros and it's yours. B, if we agree today, I can give you an extra 10% off. C, let's shake on 8 euros per item and we have a deal. D, I'm happy to walk away. Happy to say no. Okay. Well, guys, what do you think? Do you agree with Leondina? Do you think there's, do you think it's just two answers there that we can use? Sandra thinks A. So Leondina's gone for B and C. Sandra thinks A. I'll give you guys another 20 seconds, and then I'll let you know what the correct answer is. And then I'll recommend some things that you guys can watch when it comes to buying and selling. Okay, the answers. Okay, all of you are going for A, B, and C. And that's because those are the correct answers. What you will notice is, look at where this is language of agreement, reaching agreement. If we look at the first one, 50 euros and it's yours. It's not complicated. You're not going with long sentences. You're saying exactly what you would agree to. B, if we agree today, I can give you an extra 10% off. This is a this is a conditional. This is conditional form, and this is a very effective form of using conditionals. So I do recommend it. And see, let's shake on 8 euros per item, and we have a deal. It's quite simple. To reach an agreement, you state To reach an agreement, you tell them what you would agree to in that moment, and you say it. You don't need to use complicated words, so you use the shortest amount of words possible to make your point. Now, some TV shows that I could recommend when it comes to buying and selling and language. You will need to watch with subtitles. Now, what level could you do this from? If you're intermediate or up intermediate or advanced, you can do this. If you're pre-intermediate, you still don't have enough language. You won't have enough language to do this. But if you are of an intermediate level, then I can recommend you the TV series. You can find it on YouTube. Okay, you can find all of this on YouTube. TV series, The Apprentice. Okay, UK, for example. The other one, Dragon's Den, UK. These two TV series I strongly recommend watching. Dragon's Den might be easier to understand, but The Apprentice UK is a very good program. It's all to do with buying and selling, and it's all to do with business, especially with people coming on trying to sell their products, or people trying to buy their company, for example, to invest. A lot of good language. So if you are intermediate or over, or intermediate or up intermediate, I strongly recommend those two series. You've also got the equivalent in you've got the American series, the Canadian series. I think there's even an Australian series, and I'm pretty sure for those of you who feel adventurous, there's a Nigerian series as well. But some very good language is used. I do recommend that you watch it with subtitles. That will help. Dragon's Den, probably the easier of the two, though. So I do suggest going with that. The idea of The Apprentice is you've got 12 candidates, so 12 people applying for one job, and what they need to do is they need to show that they are the best, what you call an all-rounder. So they know how to. An all-rounder is someone who can do a little bit of everything, but they're very good at doing whatever doesn't matter what the task, they can do, basically. So an all-rounder. They can lead, they can manage, they can buy, they can sell. That is what the owner is looking for. Can someone lead, manage, and sell and buy? And that's it. It's quite simple in that sense. Dragon's Den, slightly different. You've got, I think, 4 dragons. Now, a dragon is someone who is a multi-millionaire who has money to invest in someone. And when they invest, they will ask for something like, 20% of their company, 20% of profits. And people come on with their different products, and it's what you call a pitch, a sales pitch. Sales pitch is when you try and sell an idea, company, or product to investors. Okay, that can be quite difficult, but that's what you call a sales pitch. Leondina says, thank you, Richard, for giving us this advice. I'll let you know if I manage to follow them. Excellent. I would suggest, like I said, I think the Dragon's Den is maybe slightly easier. It's not as fast and as the UK Apprentice. So I do strongly advise you, if you do watch either of these programs, to make sure you watch them with subtitles. Accents could be a bit of a difficulty, which is why The American Apprentice or Dragon's Den might be slightly easier to watch. The Canadian one is easier. I think the Canadian version is called Shark Tank, though. The only thing is you might not. Depends. I mean, if you watch the American series, well, the business owner is Donald Trump. However, the UK version is someone called Lord Sax. No, not Lord Sax. What's his name? You know, I don't know now. I can't remember. I can't remember who the guy is. He's just a very famous businessman, a very successful businessman in London, and I can't remember who. Sugar, that's it. Lord Sugar, or Alan. His name is Alan Sugar, but he's now a lord. So Lord Sugar looks to invest in people. It's an interesting program. You certainly learn a lot of what not to do, but I do recommend it. So that's my little tips for today. Tomorrow, we're going to look at market trends. Now, in market trends, we're going to look at some really important language that you guys would need to know if you are going to talk about anything to do with a market trend. This is also to do with graphs. So if things are up, if things are down, if things are, there's no movement, when things reach the top, bottom, all these little important terms that we would need to know if we are going to give a presentation about anything to do with the market. So make sure you join me for that tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Thank you very much, by the way, for your participation in today's lesson. A big thank you to Leondina, Yuli, Sandra, Arena F, and anyone else who has been watching. Thank you very much. I'll be back tomorrow, same time. Sandra says, thank you, Richard. Have a nice evening. You too. Take care. And see you tomorrow, same time. Bye for now. You're welcome, Marina. You're welcome.